quiz over all this on Thursday. Cool? Now let me give you a few rules of thumb to kind of help you learn these. Okay? Remember the accounting equation? The accounting equation is assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. You've seen that before, right? I want you to notice that the three most common investing activities have to do with long-term items on this side, on the left side. Long-term assets, right? Buying or selling long-term investments, that's a long-term asset. Buying or selling fixed assets, that's a long-term asset. Loaning money on or collecting principal on a long-term note receivable, that's also a long-term asset, right? So, your investing have to do with left-hand side, right? Your financing cash flows have to do with the right side. Okay? Issuing long-term debt or paying principal on that debt, that's a long-term liability. Issuing stock in our own company or buying back stock, that's part of equity. And paying dividends, that has to do with equity as well, right? So maybe that'll help you. But some of this is just memorization. Are you with me? Okay, questions on that? That's the three most common investing cash flows and the three most common financing cash flows. Cool?
Cool.
Okay, now I want you to notice on this list that these are things that can occur in a business, and they do, but they don't occur like on a daily basis. Okay? We don't issue stock every day or even every week. We don't buy huge, big, long-term fixed assets. Okay? We don't pay them. These are not things that happen in the daily operations of our business. Okay? Those things that happen in our daily operations of our business are the operating cash flows. Such as receiving money from customers, paying salaries and wages, paying suppliers. Okay? Now, a couple things I want you to notice that are on this operating activities. If we receive interest, or if we pay interest, it is an operating activity. Okay? That's why I was so careful on the previous slides that I said principal. You see how I italicized principal? If we pay principal or receive principal on a long-term debt or long-term note receivable. Because any interest being received, any interest being paid is an operating activity. Are you with me? Cool? So here's how your quiz is going to be, and this will also be on the test. Let me give you some different activities, and you tell me if it's operating, investing, or financing. Okay? Bought a piece of land for the business. Investing. Paid a dividend on our preferred stock.
Operating.
Financing. Paid for some advertising for our business.
Operating.
Operating. Issued a bond.
Financing.
Financing. Sold a truck. No?
Investing.
Sold a fixed asset, a long-term asset.
Investing.
Sold a truck.
Investing.
Is investing. Remember? What is a truck? It's a long-term asset. It's the left side, correct? You with me? Now I'm going to tell you, students historically have a hard time on this. We're going to have a quiz over this on Thursday because a lot of you people go, this is obvious, I know this. And then on Thursday you're going to bomb the quiz and you're going to go.
But it'll be in that format where you ask those things. Right?
Yes. Now let me ask you this. This is what's crazy. If I said I have an extra credit project, it will take about an hour, and it's extra credit, and it'll give you 6 or 7 or 8 points. Everybody would be in hysteria, right? They'd be so happy. They'd be lining up, give me said extra credit project. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, I'm not giving you one of those today. But what I will tell you is this. Instead of me giving you an extra credit project that takes an hour, take an hour of your time, make these flashcards, and learn how to classify your cash flows. And I promise you, it will benefit you much more than 6 or 7 points.
You're not gonna give it to us like last semester, those little flashcards?
Oh, I don't do that. I think those confuse people more than anything. But maybe I'll bring this bit. But do you understand what I'm saying? See, nobody wants to do the latter. If I say spend an hour learning these, and you'll do great on your quiz, you'll get more points, and you'll do great on your test, and you'll get more points. Plus, how many of you are taking managerial? Most of you, you're going to do this all again. So you're going to get double benefit. Nobody wants to do it. But if they were extra credit points, everybody wants to do it. Why? Because people think extra credit points, they're magical points. They're magic. They help me lose weight. They help me find a lover. They cure cancer. They'll stop my cat from going to the bathroom in the house. Extra credit is magical points, aren't they? No. The 6 extra credit points would be the same points as your homework check points, anything. You with me? So learn these. Learn these. Cool?
Cool.
Okie dokie. Now we're going to shift gears. This is where it gets good. Oh, I got to talk about one other type of activity. There's a type of activity, actually, that is a non-cash investing and financing activity. These are activities where if you analyze them, there is no cash that trades hands. There's no cash going out, there's no cash coming in, yet they are so significant that they want you to disclose them on the cash flow statement in a separate part. Because they don't want you to hide things from the readers of your financial statements. One example would be this. Well, let me give you an example. Let's say you buy a truck, no money down, and you sign a long-term note payable. You don't have to make any payments for 3 years. Well, there's your journal entry. You debit truck and you credit notes payable. Is there any cash in that situation? No. But that's a significant enough of a situation where you would have to require it in your non-cash investing financing. Other examples would be this. You retire debt by issuing equity. Let's say my company owed a bank $500,000, and they agreed to just forgive the debt if we give them some stock. Fine. But there's no cash that trades hands, but that's something significant you got to put in your cash flow statement. You with me? Another one is conversion of preferred stock to common stock. Okay? You see how there's no cash that trades hands? Okay. Now, let me go back to that slide, or I'm sorry, that exhibit. Do you see this section right here? The operating activities? And this is, we derive our net cash provided by operating activities. In this case, it's $20,000. You see this section? There's actually 2 different ways to arrive at that number of $20,000. There's the indirect way, which is what you see, and there is the direct way. They both come to the same number, but they do it different ways. There is the, there is the direct method and the indirect method. Now, in this class, we only are going to learn the indirect method. You're not responsible for the direct method. Why? Because I hardly ever see the direct method used in business. Almost everybody uses the indirect method. Cool? So what I'm going to teach you now is the